My name is Ezzy. I'm the creator at Healthcare Sumo, and I'm excited to take a few minutes to give you an overview of the big five healthcare terms for insurance plans. My hope is that at the end of the next few minutes, you'll have a clear understanding of what these terms mean and enough to look at your insurance plan and make a decision. Before diving into these terms, I want to give you an idea of where I pull these from. Typically, you will have access to the insurance plan's summary benefits document. It is a PDF that has all the information you need to make a decision on the insurance plan. You can see what the deductible is and all the costs for all of the different types of doctors and drugs as well. To clarify what values that we're going to be pulling, we're assuming that you're the only individual on the insurance plan. So we're going to pick the individual costs rather than anything associated with family. And we're assuming that you're only going to be going to doctors and pharmacies that they participate in your insurance plan in that network. They're in network. They're you're not going to out of network doctors. So we're going to pull the network cost here. This means that for deductible, I pulled the $200 amount here. For out of pocket, I pulled the $2,000 out of pocket. And for some of these other costs, copay and coinsurance, you can see that each of them has a row depending on the specific service. So if you're looking at imaging, CT, MRI scans, you can see it has a coinsurance amount. If you scroll down, you can see that if you have an outpatient surgery, that also has a coinsurance amount. In this case, they look similar, but you can see, for example, that going to the emergency room does not have a coinsurance, it has a copay. And copays and coinsurances can vary depending on the type of service. Speaking of these costs, let's start with deductible first. Deductible is the amount of money that the insurance company is forcing you to pay before any of these benefits kick in. And when I say benefits, I mean when we look at copay and coinsurance, you can see that a specialist visit is $30 and coinsurance for imaging like MRIs is a 10% coinsurance. So you're on the hook for only 10% of the cost. But an insurance company doesn't want to give you those special discounts right away. They want you to work for it. And they want you, in this case, to spend $200 of your own money before these different costs apply. So in practice, let's go through an example of a dermatology appointment where each appointment costs $100. Let's say you go to one of those appointments that's still below the $200 deductible. So you're going to pay it out of your wallet. Let's say there's another appointment, another $100. It's still equal to or around that $200 figure. So it's still going to be covered completely by you. Say bye-bye to $200. After we've hit that mark, $200, that's when the party starts. The copay for the specialist visit includes dermatology, is a $30 copay. So after those two appointments, if you have a third appointment, you're going to owe only $30 copay, which means that you pay 30 and the insurance company pays the rest. They pay that $70. And the beauty of this is after you hit the deductible, things become simpler. Whenever you go to the dermatologist, it's going to cost $30. So let's say you go again, of that $100, $30 is going to be paid by you, and $70 is going to be covered by the insurance company. Now that we've talked about copay, let's think about what coinsurance means. Coinsurance is similar to copay in that this $100, the first $200 is going to be out of your pocket. And when I say out of pocket, I don't mean out of pocket here. I mean out of your wallet. To clarify, you're gonna be responsible for that $200. And then if you go to get a scan, those are more expensive. Let's say it's $1,000. Actually, let's say it's 800. The 10% coinsurance means that you are on the hook for 10% and the rest is going to be paid by the insurance company. So 10% of 800 is 80 and the insurance company would owe 720 from that. And if you go again, it's similar. Since the deductible has been hit, the $200 deductible has been hit, this is what you pay. Now that we've gone through the copay, coinsurance, and other terms, I want to clarify a couple nuances that you will find. Sometimes you'll see that some services have a copay, but it'll say something like deductible doesn't apply. An example of this is if we go to specialist visit for this plan, it says, hey, this is a $30 copay, but deductible does not apply. Whenever you see this text similar to deductible doesn't apply, or you can ignore the deductible for copay, maybe coinsurance, but mainly for copay, that means that you can totally ignore this deductible rule from the insurance company. It essentially means that um, this deductible rule can be skipped. So going back to a simple example here, we said that if you're going to the dermatologist specialist visit, you would owe the deductible $200. But now we're saying that if the deductible does not apply here, then in your very first appointment, lucky you, you would owe only $30 and the insurance company would owe 70. Another clarification here, I'm saying that you would owe $30, insurance company would owe 70. It is true that you would only owe this amount, but depending on how the insurance company has structured their plan, it's not always going to be kind of cut and dry of $30 owed by you and $70 owed by insurance. But this helps give you an idea of how all of these terms work together. And hopefully, in plain English, there are a lot more considerations that go into choosing an insurance plan, like what type of plan it is. Does it have HSA benefits? Because those are calculations and extra money that you're getting in your bank account to spend on a flexible range of medical services. The out of pocket cost can be explained pretty simply. It is the maximum amount of money that you're expected to pay before the insurance company pays the rest. So I'll give you an example here. Say that you go to one appointment and it's for dermatology, so it's $30, and you go for a few more, and then you start going to some scans, which you owe $80 for. Let's say you go to a bunch of appointments. At some points, you go to so many appointments that you hit $2,000. At that point, all the money that you spend beyond that is going to be covered by the insurance company. So the sum of all of that money uh, is 2,000. You pay $2,000. Anything beyond that point, let's say you spend $3,000 because you unfortunately need to go to the emergency room for an in-network covered visit. All of that amount will be covered by the insurance company. And an important clarification here is the money that is factored in to out of pocket does not include anything that doesn't go toward insurance. For example, if you go to an acupuncture visit and your insurance company does not cover acupuncture, that cost will not factor into this or contribute in any way. In addition, if you go to the pharmacy down the street and you pick up some cold medicine off the shelf, if that is being paid out of pocket and is not going through your insurance company, then that also won't factor in. So we're just talking about any amount of money that goes toward your deductible or is a copay coinsurance amount, and this does not include the monthly premium amount either. That is separate. This monthly $140 does not contribute to your out of pocket.